Welcome to We're No Strangers.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Caleb. And we
are no strangers.
It's been a while.
It has been a little bit, hasn't it? Just...
You could taste it in the air. Feel it on the breeze. We've been gone. We know it, you know it. The world knows it. The world has gone
the
to
universe
crap in our absence.
The universe has indeed felt our absence, and you can see it.
We went away for just over a year.
And then you guys decided to go crazy.
You ruined everything, and it's all your fault.
What was that about, huh? What did you have to go off and do that for?
It's like you bought a chihuahua, and then you fed him cat food, and he had diarrhea, and you set that on fire.
We didn't want to come back. We were enjoying a nice time at Dollywood. But no, you couldn't handle yourself. Dolly, she was there. I met her. The food, I can't tell you how much sauerkraut I had.
It was incredible.
Honestly.
The best year of my life.
But no, you couldn't let us have that, could you?
We thought that we could trust you.
But you let us down. We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
I'm mad.
You know what? I'm mad too.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I'm pretty mad. I'm pretty fumed.
I'm perturbed.
At the moment. I am so fumed and burning hot right now, you could cook sauerkraut on me.
You know what? I have blown a gasket.
I've blown two. And that's really saying something. My gaskets are of good quality and it takes a lot to break those bad boys. But guess what? You've done it. Shame. Shame on you.
But we forgive you.
In time. It'll take a while for you to regain our trust.
Took a lot of tears.
A lot of sauerkraut.
And we're here to give you the advice that will fix your life.
What do you say we get into the first question?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to read it?
No, you take it away.
Okay. The first question is, it's like they don't respect us. They word it so
Do you
strangely.
not know how to form a question? See, this has been the problem the past year and why we had to come back. Let me read it to you and you see if this makes any sense, okay? You see if this will make your elementary school teacher proud. How to get a girlfriend when you're 5'8" and have bad hair and don't know any girls. Okay, not only is that not phrased like a proper question, it's a run-on sentence. And two ands. You had to go off and use two ands. What is wrong with you? One at most. Then you've got to find a whole new way to word your question. I am sorry. How to get a girlfriend when you're 5'8", have bad hair, and don't know any girls. Now, the last part is a bit tricky. You don't know any girls. Step one, seance. That is the proven way to meet women. That's how I do it. And look at me.
Incense?
Incense? Incantations? What's your favorite incantation?
My favorite incantation is the one where you take a bit of amber and you stick it in one ear.
Right.
Then you take a bit of malachite and you stick it in the other ear. And then you put your hands together. And you just scream for about 7 minutes.
Oh, that's what you were doing in Dollywood. Because
No.
I was... Anyway, that should do the trick. Feel free to come up with your own incantations. I mean, it's really just a trial and error process. You know,
Different stones.
You have to workshop it for a little while.
Different
and then
screams.
Different screams. Sometimes you have to like move or else it won't work right. So you just kind of have to, you know, workshop it, make sure that, you know, you're doing the incantation that's right for you. Because the one he said, that one might not be right for you.
That's a Caleb incantation.
That's a Caleb incantation. My incantation usually consists of 3 parts. One, I have, well, let me just skip to number 2 because the first one, that one's that one's a doozy. Cow urine. I just kind of do the incantation in a tub of cow urine.
Metal tub.
Metal. Yeah. You don't want to do it in anything else. That was a rough week, I tell you. Man, that was bad. But yeah, metal tub, cow urine. And you know those little like children's books? You know, the ones that are like the caterpillar went to the supermarket.
Yeah, and found his stepdad.
Yeah, that one. You have to burn that in the tub of cow urine.
Set the urine on fire?
Well, not exactly. Again, workshop it, see what works for you.
So that's how you find a girl. But how do you get her? How do you catch her eye?
Okay.
When you are
5'8"
5'8" and have bad hair.
So the height problem, get bone extensions.
Yeah.
That's the, like, get bone extensions. If that's not an option for you, I'd probably say that this one will definitely work. Get a trench coat and then have, like, you know, small children.
Yeah. A little
Just-
sibling.
Just stand on their shoulders and keep that up for as long as you can.
I would take a sock and stuff it in their mouth in case they protest.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that is key. A sock, duct tape maybe.
Here's what you can do. This is sort of a long-term plan because if they're too young, start them on that milk right away.
Right.
Get their bones sturdy and strong so that by the time they're 5 or 6, you can mount them.
And they won't buckle
Trench
under the pressure of your weight.
They better not.
That's key. Also, a good moral upbringing, you know, for the kid that you're standing on. That would be good.
He needs a reason to keep going.
He really does. He needs a good reason to keep going.
So that's the height.
So
That
that's
one's
like
easy.
pretty much that. You've got that one down pat.
Have bad hair. You have a couple options.
Shave it.
Shave it.
Hair transplant. That one's a bit costly though. If you go for the bone extensions and the hair transplant, it's gonna set you back at least a couple dollars.
You can consider the bucket hat.
Yes, let's consider the bucket hat for a minute.
I often do.
Shall we just
When I
consider the
have
bucket
those
hat?
gemstones in my ears.
Oh man, I tell you, that takes you back, doesn't it? It really does. When times were a lot simpler. Mayberry. Yeah, bucket hat is very good. Also, shaving off like a relative's hair and gluing it on with like Elmer's.
That works.
That one works too.
The blood type has to be compatible, so a relative is a good go-to.
For sure, a relative. Make sure you get your blood tested. Just for diseases in general. I mean, that's a good tip. Just
Yeah.
to, just make sure everything's okay, man.
Take your
we're,
vitamins.
Because we're worried about you, honestly. You've kind of been slacking off on the health lately, and it's just been
Take
something.
good care of yourself.
Yeah, really.
Hey.
Listen to us. Come on, it's us.
It's us.
It's us. Come on.
Take good care.
Would we lie to you? Probably not. So yeah, that's how you take care of the hair. Talking to the girl.
Let's run through it. I'll be the girl,
Okay.
and
I'll be
you are 5'8".
This sad sack who can't use syntax properly.
You're wearing a trench coat. You're sitting on your wee little brother's shoulders. He is.
Or sister.
He would be
Equality.
straining under the pressure, but his bones are.
But
rock
you
solid.
really built him up. good.
Your regiment has beefed that.
Yeah,
boy.
exactly.
So you're up there.
I'm really.
And I'm down
I'm
here.
just kind of like this. Like, hey,
oh.
hey. So I was just wondering.
Yeah.
You like my hair?
I love it. Is that a bucket hat?
Oh yeah, it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, you like bucket hats? You also like how I'm very tall naturally?
Yeah, naturally
Not
it's the best part.
naturally, not
That's
artificially.
a nice trench coat.
There's totally not someone standing under me. Listen, anyways,
Wouldn't even have crossed my mind.
I was just wondering if you maybe wanted to go get like a milkshake later.
I'm lactose intolerant.
That's fine. I don't mind.
Listen,
Yeah?
you're just not my type. I'm sorry.
What do you mean I'm not your type?
This is how you handle rejection. You take it and you spin it around.
I'm sorry. You're just not my type.
No, I'm sorry. That's not acceptable.
Oh,
You are going to drink a milkshake with me, and then whatever your bowels decide to do with the milk, that's on you.
I guess it is.
Yes, it is.
That's a very nice trench coat you've got.
Well, thank you. I bought it with my money that I have at my job.
Will you marry me?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I will.
that's-
And that's how you do it, folks.
Fail proof.
No doubt about it. That's gonna work every single time. Now you have a wife and kids, and you're really gonna have to start worrying about buckling down.
Now,
Okay?
here's the hard part. You're gonna need that sibling and that trench coat for the rest of your life.
You can never take the trench coat off, ever. Okay, because then all this comes crumbling down, and our advice has wasted your time.
and
Actually,
ours.
you've wasted our time.
Yeah.
Dude, what's up with that?
Just do exactly what we said, and your life will be perfect. Next question. It feels good to help people.
It really does.
Our next question asker asked in a properly phrased question.
Thank you.
How do I get over a breakup?
All right. So she found out that you're standing on your little brother's shoulders wearing a trench coat. She doesn't like it. She's infuriated. And she's calling it quits.
Kaputs.
Gonzo.
Woo!
Why don't you do the opposite? There's been a breakup, so you break down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You buy some turntables, cue up a mix. That's how it goes.
And you break it down, baby.
turn on some Skrillex,
Let's go.
some
Dubstep.
Dr. Dre.
Perhaps some Lizzo. Shall we?
She plays trumpet. You go to the club,
Right.
any club,
Yeah,
Sam's
just any
Club.
old club. Yeah, Sam's Club.
You show them your mixtape, and they will give you the speakers. You can
Guaranteed.
You can
Guaranteed.
just cry into the speakers if you want. That's a good idea. You're gonna cry.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Lots of crying.
So sample the tears, and do what
do
they
your
do.
thing, man. And then if she somehow still doesn't,
If she's not swooning, if she's not shopping at the local Sam's Club and she hears your dank mixes coming over the sound system, and doesn't drop all her groceries and run to find you,
then here's how
You're
you.
too good for her.
Yeah, come on, dude. You've got a lot going on for you right now.
she obviously doesn't have good taste.
Obviously not. So here's how you get over the breakup, because we didn't quite answer that question. Here's how you get over the breakup. Roller coasters. That's how you get over everything. Boom. Next question. Should my
Go to
girlfriend?
Dolly World. Next question.
Yeah, exactly. Go to Dolly World. That's where we'll be. Should my girlfriend and I wait until marriage for our first kiss? Like the candy?
Hershey's?
Cause you can.
Or the band?
Oh, right. Your first kiss concert. That's a big step.
That's intimate.
That's very.
You don't want to let the world see that.
No, you really don't. That's kind of a personal detail.
Tongues are flying everywhere.
Exactly. If you really know her and you feel comfortable, going to a Kiss concert, go for it. Gene will be there.
Oh, Gene.
Sweet.
You know Gene.
Sweet Gene.
Sweet Gene. It just occurred to me, I think they're talking about the...
What, like the Mamma Mia? That's a good pasta. That?
Yeah. So here's some criteria. Here's the checklist you go through, and if you can check all the boxes, go for it. Number 1, do you have any baby teeth?
Yeah.
Because that is live ammunition.
I don't care. The closer it is to like coming out of the gum,
You're playing with power.
yeah, that's like you're hardcore at that point, man.
That's
Because she
you
could
can knock something loose and
she could swallow that bad boy.
it's like a gemstone tumbler at
Exactly.
that point.
But you can use it for your incantation. You know, kind of coming full circle back to question one.
As we do.
We're known for that
Truth
pretty much.
is truth.
Yeah. So I mean, pros and cons. Just kind of have to weigh it out. You know, what do you feel comfortable with? Number 2, does she have an offshore bank account?
Number 3,
Yeah. What's her bank account looking like? Number 4, what shampoo does she use? That's very important. Head and Shoulders. If you got a girl, man, you figure that one out for yourself. Number 5.
people think that the test is if you can tie a cherry stem with your tongue. No.
No.
The real test is if you can tie your shoes with your tongue, and don't be using Velcro, you chump.
Oh my gosh, if you use Velcro, what is wrong with you? Also,
I'm talking double knots.
No, I'm talking fisherman's knot.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you can tie a fisherman's knot on your shoes with your tongue, bro.
And you've lost all your baby teeth?
Mm-hmm.
You go see Gene.
Just make sure a permanent tooth grew in the baby tooth's place, because if it's just gum up in there, that's gross. That's kind of gross. That's how you know if you should go to your first Kiss concert with your girlfriend before marriage.
Baby teeth?
Offshore.
Loop-de-loopin' pool.
Offshore accounts. How much money does she have in her bank account?
Because if it's over $4,000, you get out of there.
Yeah, go. I think that pretty much covers that question.
We're flying through them today.
Do you have like a question that like people normally have? You know, just like kind of a general life question. We'll give you a bonus. We'll throw you a bone. A question women often ask me personally, I don't know if this applies to you or not. Why am I staring at them while they sleep in their house? That one's a doozy. I get that one a lot.
At this point, I've got a Walkman that just plays a pre-recorded answer.
Yeah, I mean, it happens that often to us. So women often ask me that. I know they ask you that every once in a while. Here's how you answer that question. Here's how I answer it. Just answer her questions with like vague one-word questions. What? How? Huh? What? Yeah. Yeah, that one's good. Definitely use that one. That one will quiet her real quick. Beg your pardon? Oh yeah. That one, if she's being a little rude, that's when you use that one. Beg your pardon?
I like to counter her questions with questions of my own. Like, why such a low thread count, you cheapskate?
What's wrong with you? But yeah, just ask like questions, specific questions, vague questions, or just don't say anything and wait until the cops come. Anyways, folks.
Here's a question that people ask me. How do I deal with the inevitability of death?
You don't.
No. Doesn't matter if you do, really.
It's still gonna happen.
It's right there in the question.
Yeah.
I like to go to Dolly World, though.
And yeah, me too.
We should ask about a sponsorship.
Oh, we should. I'll call Dolly. I have her number.
Yeah.
Also, I have a restraining order.
Against her?
Yeah. Well, she has one against me.
Oh.
Again, she was one of the women that asked, what am I doing watching her sleep? That's very... I don't really want to get into it. But go to Dolly World. I'm sure unless she has a restraining order against you, you should be good.
If you see her on one of the coasters, just wait.
She likes to ride...
Check out the ice cream in the meantime.
She likes to ride this one coaster. Like, there's one day out of a year that she'll literally just, like, keep going. And like she'll like scream if they even try and stop her.
You can hear it from the far corners of the park.
Like it is honestly distressing.
They call that Dolly Day.
And she's the only one that can be there that day. If you go to the park that day, you can't ride anything. You literally, she makes you watch her ride that one coaster all day, and there's no leaving or food. Well, there's one food break, but it's like an almond. But yeah, the rest of the year, man, just go to Dollywood. Whoa, what was that? Whoa, folks, this just in. We have a new question.
Straight down the pipes, as they say.
Yes, sir. Wow. Wow. This was a good one.
Would different tastes in food disrupt the harmony of a relationship?
Again, not really an advice question.
Can you take this taboo? Thank you.
Thanks. Again, not really an advice question. If you keep up with the show, it's kind of a pet peeve of ours, but we'll cut you some slack.
That's just a question.
We'll cut you some slack this time. Next time, not so much.
One a year is what we give.
Yep, you've already used it up.
So,
would it disrupt the
things went
harmony?
well. You're still in the trench coat,
Uh-huh.
but I'm lactose intolerant.
Mm-hmm.
How do we keep?
And I love lactose. I tolerate that
He
stuff.
can't get enough of this stuff.
24/7.
It's disgusting.
It's gross. It's really disgusting. But yeah, different food tastes.
How do you keep it from negatively impacting the harmony of the relationship? We're at Long John Silver's as we are, and you're craving a milkshake.
Long John Silver's.
And you're just sitting across the table from me, and I'm
disgusted, just abhorred. Appalled is the word I meant to say.
How do we preserve the harmony?
There's only one answer to this question, and I have that answer. He has that answer.
Of course.
You don't. That's why you're asking.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, just gotta feed the other person that food that you like that they can't stand until they learn to love it.
When they're asleep, we call this exposure therapy. When they're asleep, you take a straw, because they don't know.
They're sleeping. They're doing whatever.
You put the straw in, and then just a little each night, and you up the dosage until eventually they're lactose extra tolerant.
They're like, they tolerate it like you wouldn't believe. They tolerate it more than you.
They find themselves craving it.
They're like, they wake up in the morning and they're like,
it's
milkshake,
4
I gotta
a.m.
have one.
It's 4 a.m. and they're getting some extra sharp cheddar out of the fridge, and they're just going hog wild.
They're just
on the block.
They're
of
like,
stuff.
lactose, give me more of it. Can't have enough of it.
They're gonna start a lactose blog. They might buy a cow or two.
That's always a good option.
It feels good.
Feels good to be back. Here for you. You specifically. Yeah, you. We know what you did.
You know what we did. It's been on the news.
It has.
But our lawyers are taking care of it.
We don't gotta worry about a thing, baby. We're all carefree here. It's getting about that time of the show.
What's that I hear?
The time when we turn your
sound
question
Sound of
into
song.
a song.
Let's get down to it.
Brass tacks. Get down to them.
The brassiest.
There's a kid in a is a bucket, and you're gonna force her to love you. There's a kid in a trench coat, your hat is a bucket, and she's gonna fall in love.
She says, oh, she says I don't consume lactose,
Doesn't consume lactose,
for she is lactose tolerant.
but there's a solution for that.
Just say I don't care.
There's a kid trench coat, your hat is a bucket, and you're gonna force her to love
you.
There's a
Kid in a trench coat,
your hat is a bucket,
and she's gonna fall in love.
Take it away.
In a trench coat, your hat is a bucket,
and you're gonna force her to love you. There's a
kid in a trench coat, your hat is a bucket, and she's gonna fall in love.
Oh, yes, she's gonna fall in love. Yes, she's gonna fall in love. Boo!